Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be installing a new part to the WRX. Something that I think the car should have came with from factory again, but something that I'm going to fix now. So pretty big box for what the part is, but I'm going to go ahead and get into this garage. It's a little bit warmer in there, so it's only like freaking 35 degrees out right now and like 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So let's get in here. All right, I'm out in the garage. I really have to find a way to heat this garage up because it's not super cold out here right now. It's probably about 10 degrees warmer than what it is outside. So it's probably only like 45, 50 in here. But definitely in a couple of months, it's going to be freezing in here. It's not going to be much warmer in here than it is outside. So basically, I'm away from the wind and I'm out of the darkness when it's dark outside. It doesn't hold heat in well. So I've used a torpedo heater before and stuff like that, but it just, I don't like the fumes and stuff. So I'm going to have to find a way to heat this garage up without, you know, burning up a bunch of fuel in here and making myself sick. So I'm gonna go ahead, get in the car and show you. Well, first off, I'm actually gonna unbox the part and show you what it looks like, and then we'll get it into the car. It is a genuine Subaru part, which is actually really cool, but I hate that they have to put it in a different box. Okay guys, here it is. Wow, I knew that was gonna look good. I already know it's gonna look great in the car. That looks so good. So let me take you into the car, show you what's in there now, and show you what kind of difference this is gonna make. And so yeah, let's check this out. So now that we're in the car, let me just show you. This is what I'm talking about. So this is our stock assembly here. I know the car is filthy, so just cut me a break here. But here's our stock center console, and I always thought it looked really cheap. You know, you have this nice soft touch leather here. You got it on the door panels. The dash is that nice soft touch material. But the only problems you really have is obviously the glove box is that harder material, this is that harder material, and the door panels. But the door panels have the leather on it, which sort of alleviates that, makes it feel a little bit nicer. But with this performance package, getting the Recaros, and I got the leather on the doors, I think this is going to be a really tasteful mod. So now you can see, here's what we are replacing our factory center console with. Now you're going to know it looks different, and that's because this is not for a manual transmission. This is for the CVT. And if you go on the website, if you go on Rally Sport Direct or Subi Speed or anyone that sells this, they're going to say that it does not fit the manual transmission vehicle. I'm going to show you today that you can make it work. Today we're going to pull out this center console and we're going to put this in its place. So let's get started. I'll walk you through this as I do it so you can see exactly what goes into it, and then you can see the before and after finished product. To go ahead and get this center console taken out, there's going to be a screw underneath your e-brake boot here, which to get out, you're going to have to kind of grab up underneath here, and you'll feel like a little bracket, and you're going to pull up on that and it's going to pop out. It's going to be really scary, especially your first time doing it, but trust me, it's not that bad. It'll come out. And once, like I said, once you get that off, there's going to be a Phillips screw right there. Take that Phillips screw out, set it aside for now. Then you're going to come back here and take this carpet out of your center console here. Once you take this carpet out, there's going to be two screws, Phillips heads as well, right around here, like where my fingers are. There's going to be two screws. You're going to undo those, and you should be able to pull this back half off. Here it is, it's out. You can see the boring, cheap factory one and what we're gonna put in. So I'm gonna show you now, we'll get out of the car here and I'll show you why, or what we're gonna have to swap over and exactly how we'll make this work. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so I'm in the house now. You can see the two pieces. We have our manual transmission piece here from the factory, and we have our JDM CVT piece here. Now you're going to notice they're a little bit different, obviously. You can see this bezel here goes the whole way up, whereas this one cuts off and goes up just a little bit. Now we can't really reuse this bezel at all. We're gonna have to use this one. Now, if you're not crazy about the silver, they sell carbon fiber. OLM makes like a dry carbon fiber that goes over top with 3M tape, or you can take these two screws off the top and slide it out and you can paint it or wrap it. So I'm probably gonna try to wrap it, and if that don't work, I'll try to paint it. So I might actually do that in this video as well. But here's our factory piece. Now we're gonna have to get our shift boot off of this and into here before we can put it all back together. And to get the shift boot out of here, you just want to take these little plastic clips off that go the whole way around this boot assembly, or this this trim here. And once we get that off, our shift boot will come out. And we can't clip it into this, so we're gonna have to glue it or use some sort of clamps or something to hold it on there. But before I do that, I actually want to take these out. Now, another thing to note, as you can see, this is just leather wrapped around in here. So if you're very crafty or have the extra money to have somebody wrap it, you might be able to get yours wrapped in leather, but you would have to seriously modify it. You'd have to do some cuts here so they can wrap it around. It just wouldn't be worth it. This piece is about 120 bucks, I believe I paid for it. And it comes with this bezel and everything. So I think this is the best route to go. Hey guys, it's actually the next night. It's actually colder tonight than it was last night. But anyways, I was editing the video tonight and realized that the last 3 clips that I had didn't have any sound. So I'm going to have to re-record it. Anyways, I'm going to show you the final product is in the car now. If you saw in that little time lapse, I actually wrapped the shifter bezel 3 times. The first 2 times came out like crap. And then I wrapped it and it looked pretty good. I had an air bubble or 2, so I actually pulled the wrap back, did it again. My first time ever wrapping something with like those curves and stuff. So I think it came out half decent. It looks incredible in the car, so I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, this is the final product with it in the car. You can see how it looks. If I get in the car here, you can sort of see just how that texture looks. With that leather in here now. I think it looks great. The only issue I had, I really advise you not use super glue. If you saw at the beginning of the time lapse, I was using like a 3M adhesive. I switched over to Loctite super glue, and it was not working well at all. You can see right here, right on this edge, if I can get the focus, you can see right here on this edge, it actually seeps through the back side. And it was a very liquidy glue, and it came through. So I'm gonna try and find a way to get rid of that. But that's the only problem that I had. Now you can see the boot might look a little bit funny here and there, but it's a leather boot, so it's gonna, you know, do its own thing anyway. But you can see shifting the gears, there's no issue. It doesn't stretch. It's not pulling tight or anything like that anywhere. The only issue at all is it like kind of looks like it's pulling tight right here. So I might tuck this up and like re-glue it or something at some point. but I think it looks fine. It's just kind of how it's going to look. But besides that, I think it looks so much better than it did before. And especially with this piece, instead of silver, wrapped in the satin black, I think this looks really good. All right, guys, I can't even make this up. So the last clip you just saw was filmed a couple hours ago, and the original, all the other clips were filmed yesterday. So I was trying to film my outro a couple hours ago, and I finally added all that in and started editing it and trying to wrap up the video, and I realized my outro was missing. So here's your outro. Hopefully next video goes a little bit smoother for me, but anyways, guys, I do like the mod. I think it was worth it. It was a little bit of extra work, more than I thought it would be, but it was still worth it. It was still an easy install. It just took a little bit of patience. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.